Leetcode problem 850, rectangle area 2. So for this problem, we are giving a 2D array of axis aligned rectangles. So for example, the rectangles I, it means the bottom left points to the top right. So for example, those 0 and 0 means bottom left, means this point. So it is the bottom left point, it is here, and this 2 is the top right corner. So it will become a rectangle. So in the 2D system, we can use 2 dots, 2 points to represent a rectangle. So this is one rectangle, and 1 0 2 3 it is another rectangle, and 1 0 3 1. So for example, 1 0 3 1 it is another rectangle. But we want to calculate the areas of all the rectangles, but some areas will be overlap, but we will not count it twice or 3 times. We just count it 1 time. So for example, the area is going to be 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. We just want to calculate the area. So this is going to be a difficult problem. We have to use some mathematical skills to solve it. So here, the idea is that I'm going to use the sweep line idea, but it will be a brute force. So this means it is not totally sweep line, but it will be easier to code, because the sweep line, if you are going to use it to solve a 2D problem, it's going to be difficult while you are directly using the sweep line. So we're going to use n square log n time complexity to solve the problem, and let's check what is n. So the n going to be 200, so it means it is okay even we use n squared times log n. So the idea is that we first calculate collect all the points in the x-axis. So it will be all those points. So this is the x-axis. So we're gonna collect all those dots. So now inside the x-axis, we're gonna put it inside a points array. So inside the points array, it's gonna be something like 0, 1, 2, and 3. So this idea is also the cutting idea. So first of all, we're gonna cut them. So this is like the y-axis cut. So we're gonna cut it and cut it and cut it here and cut it here. Yeah. So the second step is that we're gonna calculate each of the rectangle areas like this. So this is gonna be the first line, and this is gonna be the second line. Yeah. So we're gonna enumerate all those areas. So this is the first area. So in this area, we just want to check the area. So it's gonna be 2 because 1, 2. But how can we calculate these areas? We can cut it easily. We just need to collect all the x-axis. So for example, this is 0, 2, this is 1, 2, and this is 1, 3. This is the x-axis, and we're gonna collect all those points. So it is okay. After collecting all those points, it means we can use it to cut according to parallel to the y-axis. So we're gonna cut it like that, and then we're gonna calculate each of the cutting areas. So for example, in this area. So for cutting it, it is easy. We just need to collect all the dots and sort it. So we're gonna have an array like points. So this is gonna be a points array. It's gonna be 0, 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be something like that. And the second step is we're gonna enumerate all the pairs. So for example, we're gonna enumerate 0 and 1. 0 and 1 is a pair. It's gonna be these areas, and we want to calculate this rectangle areas. This is going to be easy because it is 2. But how can we calculate it is 2? Because maybe there's some other areas. There's also a rectangle. Yeah. So this means we're gonna just accumulate all the line. So it is like a merge sort. So if this is the line, vertical line like that, so after that we're gonna get a vertical line. It will be like this. So this is just like a merge sort. And how can we use it for merge sort? We just need to collect the start and end point. So for example, for this one, we're gonna have a line of a start, it's gonna be 0, and end, it's gonna be 2. Yeah. So how should we know how many this kind of a vertical line? So this is just according to the x-axis. So for example, some of the rectangles, it will be like this. Let me use another color, maybe. Yeah, so some of the rectangles, it will be like this. Maybe here is a rectangle. Yeah, maybe here is also a rectangle. Yeah, maybe here is also a rectangle. But how can we check all those areas? Because these areas, we need to get the y-axis. Basically, we need to get this kind of a vertical line. Yeah, we just need to check the x-axis. If this axis, if this dot is less than this dot 0, so for example, this dot is 0, this may be -1. If this is less than, so definitely, yeah, if this is less than, and if we find another dot, for example here, maybe this is a 2, is more than this 1. If this 2 is more than 1, more than this area, if this -1 is less than 1, less than or equal than 1, 2 is more than or equal than 1, definitely it means this areas, we're gonna use it as the y-axis. And here gonna be y1 and y2. We're gonna get a vertical line. So the vertical line will be like this. Yeah. So similarly for here, if this one is less than here, and this point is more than that, definitely in this areas we're gonna have a y1 and y2. So this vertical line is also counted. So in this way, after that, we're gonna get all the vertical line like this. If we get all the vertical line like this, basically we can use the merge sort. We can use the I think it is the there's a Leetcode problem. It is called merge intervals. So all those are the vertical intervals. We just need to merge them, and this is gonna be easy. Yeah, we just use the merge intervals algorithm to calculate it. Yeah, you can use a sweep line or any other kind of a method. Basically, you can solve it. Yeah, first of all, you're gonna sort the vertical line. After sorting, you just merge it, and then you're gonna get some vertical line like that. This one or this one, you just need to accumulate all those vertical line, and then the vertical line gonna times the horizontal line. Yeah, so for example, this is like 1 times the vertical line because we cut it like 1. Maybe it is 2 for the width times the height. It's gonna be the area, and we just need to accumulate all those areas. So if we understand how to solve it, now we can start the coding. So first of all, we're gonna prepare a point. So those points will be just the collection of all x points, all the points, all the x-axis. So for example, it's gonna be like 0, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 3. Yeah, so it's gonna be a collection of all the x coordinates, and another one is all the collection of the y coordinates. So I'm gonna prepare an empty array now for x1, y1, and x2, y2 inside the rectangles. We just need to put it inside the point array. So I'm gonna use the extend because I need to have 2 values, x1 and x2. So after that, I'm gonna sort it in increasing order. So now I want to calculate the areas. I'm gonna prepare a result and mod because the final result is gonna be modular a mod. Mod is gonna be 10 to the power of 9 plus 7. And now I want to check all the pairs. So for AB in pairwise with all those points, I will get a width first. So the width is gonna be B minus A. Now I want to check all the vertical line. So I'm gonna prepare a line, lines. So it will be a sorted array, and inside it will be a tuple of y1 and y2. y1 should be less than or equal to y2. So for x1, y1, x2, y2 inside the rectangles, we need to check the range. So for the range, if this x1 is less than or equal to A, and x2 should be more than and equal to B. And if it is like that, basically we can collect it inside a sorted array. So now we get the lines array, and we can calculate the height. and basically we can calculate the area. So the result would plus equal to, I'm gonna prepare a function, it's gonna call get area. So inside I just needed to have a width, and after that I just needed to return the result modular the mod. Now the last step gonna be calculate the get area. Basically it is the merge intervals. Now let's just finish this merge intervals function. So it is a get area, and inside it's gonna be a width. So for the merge intervals, I'm gonna prepare a height. It's gonna be 0, and I'm gonna prepare a start and add position. I'm gonna initialize as -1 and -1, because basically all the points y1 and y2 gonna be more than or equal to 0. So I'm gonna prepare a -1 and -1, or maybe I'm gonna prepare a negative infinity and negative infinity. Now I want to check all the vertical line, because these lines have already been sorted. So I'm gonna use the merge intervals directly. Now I want to check the start and the add positions for the vertical line. So inside the lines, yeah. So here I'm gonna use S and E. So if this current start is more than the previous add, this means I want to count it as the height, and gonna plus equal to the end minus the start, and then I'm gonna update the start position. So the start gonna be updated to S. And after each of the calculation, basically I need to check the add position, the add line position. So for example, yeah, if this is a vertical line, it is okay. But if this is another vertical line, basically this start position is more than the previous end position. So I want to collect this one. So this is why the head plus end minus the start. And now I want to update the start position. It's going to be this one. So the start is going to be equal to S. And after those calculations, I need to update the end. So the end is going to always be the maximum of the end position with this previous end. Yeah. So it's going to be the maximum of the end and the previous end. And finally, I want to plus the last one, because according to this kind of algorithm, I didn't count the last one. So it's going to be the end minus the start. And finally, I just need to return the width times the height. Yeah, let me explain why we need to plus the last one. So for example, this is the second one, and now we have another one. Maybe this is bigger than this. Yeah. So because we're gonna check each one of them. So this one is counted, but it counted the previous one. So for example, if this is more than that, but it will count the previous one. So what about the last one? Yeah, it's okay. We just need to plus it to our final result. So the height would plus equal to end minus the start. And finally, we just need to use the width times the height. It's going to be the area. So actually, it's going to be this area. Maybe the width is going to be 1, height is going to be 2, or maybe another one. The width is going to be 4, the height is going to be 1, but we're going to collect all those rectangle areas like that. Now, I think everything should be okay. I just need to run it to check if everything is okay. Now, let me just run it. There's something wrong. Yeah, I get a now. Let me check what is wrong with it. Let me first check the points, if this is okay. Normally it should be okay. Yeah. So for the points, I get a 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. It is okay. Basically, if you want to save some time, also make it like a set and then sorted it. It will be like 0, 1, 2, 3. There will be no duplicate. But for this problem, as there will be not so many x points, so it should be okay. Even if there's a duplicate, it will be just the area gonna be just 0, so it is okay. So it means the points calculation is right. Now I want to check the lines. Maybe my lines calculation is not right. Yeah, so for each of the line, if I collect a pair, for example 0 and 1, so the line's gonna be something like 0, 2. Yeah, so for example 0, 2 is for this one, or maybe it is like 0 to 1, it is for this one, or maybe 0 to 2, but basically it will be something like that. Now let's just check what is inside. So for the vertical line, so for example from 0 to 2, there's also the vertical line. Yeah, so the vertical line is 0 to 2. This is for the first one, and for the second one, it is 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. It's like this one, this one, and this one. Yeah, and for this one, it is 0, 1, 0, 2, and 0, 3. Yeah, because there's a duplicate, so this is why we have so many results. But basically, I think for the vertical line, it should be okay. Yeah. But why I get now? This is a string. Let me check. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I want to check what is the result. Maybe my result I got something wrong. Yeah, let me just check each one of the result. Maybe we can find some reasons. Yeah, so it is a noun, so it means the area is it's not right, so we have to debug. Yeah, so from here, let me check what is inside the head, and I think I can just uncomment those lines. Yeah, because otherwise I cannot find what is wrong. Yeah, as you can see, this is not right. Yeah, the head calculation is not right. I just need to find why it is wrong. Yeah, because this is a negative infinity, minus a negative infinity may cause problems. Maybe I gonna use -1 and -1. Let's have a try. Yeah, it is okay. Because if I use a negative infinity minus a negative infinity, the result is not negative infinity, not 0, basically. Yeah, if I change it to -1 and -1, let's just submit it and check that. As you can see, it works. Yeah. Now I think we fixed the problem. Yeah, because we used something like negative infinity and times negative infinity, definitely it's gonna be wrong. Now let me just print it. So we're gonna use a negative infinity minus another negative infinity. So what is the result? It is not 0. It is a noun. Yeah, maybe we want to print it another one. So for example, infinity minus infinity, you're gonna think it's gonna be 0. Yeah, let's just check what is the final result for those two. Yeah, I forgot to I should run it. Yeah, so in this example, as you can see, it is a noun. It means it's not a number. We want to get a 0, but we get not a number, so this is why our calculation is wrong. So if we want to use this add minus the start calculation, we have to set it to a -1 or -2, but you cannot set a minus negative infinity, because that will get a noun, not a number, so that is why it is wrong. So I think that's it for this problem. Now let's just analyze a little bit about the time complexity. As you can see, it is so fast. So the time complexity is coming from here. So for here, this is O(n), and this is O(n), but here we have a sort. So this is n log n, so that is n squared log n time. And basically here, for getting the area, this is another O(n), but that will not be counted because this is bigger, n log n is bigger. So the final time complexity gonna be n squared times n squared times log n. And this n gonna be like 200. So that is why it's so fast. Thank you for watching. See you next time.